Hey you. Yeah. The one staring at the blue light at 2 a.m. Stop scrolling for a second. Your thumb is tired, but your soul is running on a 1% battery in low power mode. You've been optimized for everything else, KPIs, mortgages, social status, and making sure everyone else is happy. But what about the hardware? What about the actual human sitting in that chair? Let's talk biohacking, but the real kind. Not the drink butter in your coffee kind, but the stop hating your own reflection kind. Your spleen is currently having a midlife crisis because you're feeding it pure cortisol and not enoughness for breakfast. It's trying to process your stress like it's a heavy steak dinner and it's getting indigestion.
Glitch in the system, smoke in the air. Baby, it's time for some self-repair.
Think about it. You wouldn't treat your smartphone the way you treat your heart. You charge your phone every night, you give it the latest updates. You put a protective case on it, but you're walking around with a cracked screen and a bloated OS, wondering why you're lagging. Self-love isn't a bubble bath or a scented candle. In this urban jungle, self-love is a high-level security protocol. It's a firewall, it's saying, sorry,
that toxic opinion doesn't have access to my server.
It's recognizing that your body is a biological masterpiece, not a 24/7 productivity machine. When you ignore your own needs, your cells literally lose their rhythm. Your mitochondria are basically on strike right now.
Glitch in the system, smoke in the air. Baby, it's time for some self-repair. Glitch in the system, smoke in the air. Baby, it's time for some self-repair.
Let's run a diagnostic, check your breathing. Is it shallow? That's the fight or flight virus taking over. Take a deep intentional breath. Imagine you're downloading a patch for your nervous system. You've been so busy being a provider, a fixer, and a performer that you forgot you're the CEO of your own peace. And listen, being 60 doesn't mean you're an obsolete model. You're the legacy edition, the one with the most sophisticated data and the rarest features. You survived the crashes of the 90s, the bugs of the 3000s, and you're still standing. That's not a failure, that's an elite level hardware performance. So stop comparing your internal specs to some 20-year-old's beta version.
You are the source, you are the sun. The real work has just begun.
Tonight the love yourself protocol is active. We're clearing the cache of old regrets. We're deleting the guilt exit file that's been hogging all your RAM. You were allowed to be happy without a reason. You were allowed to rest without a deadline. Go ahead, look at the mirror, don't look for the wrinkles. Those are just high-speed data transfer lines. Look at the eyes, the user is still there. The spark is still bright, upgrade complete. Welcome back to yourself. Listen up. Really listen. We're living in a 24/7 notification loop, aren't we? Your brain is basically a browser with 47 tabs open. 3 of them are frozen. And you have no idea where the music is coming from. That constant hum. That's not just the city. That's the sound of your liver and heart trying to process 1,000 digital opinions you never asked for. Welcome to the Silent Sanctuary Protocol, We're not going to a mountaintop. Who has the time for that? We're building a fortress right here in the middle of the chaos. Think of this as a do not disturb mode for your soul. Silence isn't just quiet time. It's a high-performance biohack that flushes the cognitive debris out of your prefrontal cortex.
Switch it off, let it fade in the shadow where peace is made.
In the ancient MFS charts, they call this nourishing the spirit. In the 21st century, we call it clearing the cache. Every time you react to a ping, every time you worry about a comment, you're leaking energy. You're like a high-end laptop with a battery leak. But here, in this track, the Wi-Fi is disconnected, the servers are down. You're entering a zone where your opinion doesn't matter, and neither does anyone else's. Can you feel that? That's your nervous system finally realizing it's not being hunted by a saber-toothed tiger or a passive-aggressive email. Your heart rate is finally syncing with the rhythm of the earth, not the rhythm of the stock market.
Silent is gold.
Truth be told, take a breath, break the mold.
Some people are afraid of the quiet. They think they'll disappear if they aren't making noise. But that's the identity glitch. You aren't the noise, you aren't the likes. You're the awareness behind it all. You're the silent operator behind the screen. At 60, you've heard enough talk to last 3 lifetimes. You've heard the promises, the lies, the hype, and the hustle. You've earned the right to be unreachable. This silence is your ultimate luxury, a private VIP lounge. Don't just sit in it, inhale it, let it act like a cooling system for your overworked liver. Let the heat of the day evaporate.
In the deep, in the still, reclaim your power, reclaim your will. We're running a defragmentation on your memories right now, deleting the useless files, optimizing the wisdom. When you walk out of this track and back into the street, you're gonna be different. You'll be the one who's offline, even when you're online, a walking, breathing urban Zen master.
The world is loud, but
You are the calm at the center of the storm. System re-synchronized, peace restored. Let's talk about your energy leak. You walk into a room, and within 10 minutes, you're carrying everyone else's baggage. Your friend's drama, your neighbor's anxiety, your coworkers, passive-aggressive vibes. You're like an open Wi-Fi network with no password. Everyone is using your bandwidth, and your system is crashed.
Welcome to the Golden Perimeter Protocol at your age. You realize that being nice isn't the same as being a doormat. In the world of MFS, we call this the way key, your defensive field. In the language of biohacking, we're installing a high level of encryption on your soul.
In the same, hold the power in your hand.
Imagine a liquid gold fire circling your feet, rising up until it forms a shimmering dome around you. This isn't a wall of hate, it's a wall of self-respect. It's a filter that lets the love in, but it bounces the energy vampires right back to the curb when someone tries to dump their toxic waste on you. It just slides off this golden shield like rain on a high-end raincoat. With all the years of wisdom you've gathered, you know that your no is just as holy as your yes. Saying no to a soul-sucking request isn't a rejection of them. It's a system or gate for you. You're finally prioritizing your own internal servers. You're keeping your RAM free for things that actually matter, like your joy, your peace, and your growth.
Keep it so scared.
Look at those people standing outside your perimeter. You can still see them, you can still hear them, but they can't touch your frequency anymore. Their storm isn't your weather. Your chaos doesn't meant to live in your house. You spent decades being the fixer and the provider, but even the best hardware needs a cooling system and a firewall. By protecting your energy, your actual is becoming more powerful. You're given from a place of full battery, not from emergency reserve. This is how you sustain the long game. This is how a master lives in the city.
Safe and sound on this ground. No more running. I am found.
Feel the strength in your posture. Your spine is the antenna and is broadcasting a signal that says, I am sovereign, I am whole. The perimeter is active. The shield is holding. You're not just surviving the urban jungle. You're rolling your own kingdom within it. Security protocol confirmed. You are safe. You are protected. Security protocol confirmed. You are safe. You are protected.
It's cold out there, isn't it? I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm talking about the social climate, the cold stares, the icy deadlines, the frozen expectations. Most people try to fix the cold by buying more stuff, wearing more layers, or turning up the AC. But you've got a built-in furnace that's been idling for too long.
Welcome to the internal heater protocol. In the wisdom of MFS, we know that the lungs and heart are the primary engines of your biological warmth. At your age, you don't need to chase the sun, you are the sun. We're about to hack your autonomic nervous system using nothing but air and intention.
This is the ultimate off-grid power songs.
Inhale the light.
your breath for a second. Is it shallow? Is it trapped in your upper chest? That's survival mode. It's like trying to heat a mansion with a single candle. Let's change the settings. Draw the air deep down past your ribs into your belly. Think of it as high-octane fuel for your mitochondria. Every breath is a transaction. You're trading the chaos for clarity. As you inhale, imagine drawing in liquid warmth, pure golden energy. As you exhale, release the cold logic that tells you you're not enough. You're not just moving air, you're circulating chi. You're recalibrating your inner thermostat. Can you
Feel the tingle in your fingertips. That's your peripheral circulation waking up. That's your body saying, finally the boss is home. Burn bright through the night in a glow. Let it flow.
The world will always try to cool your spirit. It wants you shivering, dependent. But with your years of experience, you know that external warmth is temporary. But internal heat is sovereign when you master your breath. You master your environment. You could be standing in a blizzard of bad news, but inside it's a steady 98, 6 degrees of I'm fine. This isn't just relaxing. This is bio-optimization. We're oxygenating your blood, alkalizing your system, and telling your heart it's okay to beat with passion again. You're not a victim of the climate. You're the architect of your own atmosphere.
The cold may come, the wind may blow, but deep inside the embers glow.
Hold that warmth. It's your secret weapon. Carry it into your next meeting, your next conversation, your next lonely moment. You are a walking, breathing sanctuary of heat in a frozen world. Protocol complete. The fire is lit. Stay warm.
Everyone's so terrified of being alone. They treat solitude like a glitch in a social software or some kind of loneliness bug. They fill every gap with a screen, a voice, or a crowd, afraid that if the noise stops, they'll cease to exist. But they've got it all wrong. In a world of high-level performance, being alone isn't a bug. It's a feature.
Welcome to the solo mood protocol at your age. You know that popular is just another word for distributed. When you're always with people, your energy is scattered across 100 different servers.
But when you're alone, you're reclaiming all that bandwidth. You're taking your brain offline to run the most important software updates of your life. This isn't loneliness. It's a private VIP processing session.
Table for one, under the sun, the real journey has just begun.
Think about your spleen and your heart for a moment. If you spend all day processing other people's vibes, it's exhausting. But right now, in this quiet, you're giving them a break. You're letting the social heat dissipate. You don't have to perform. You don't have to smile for the camera. You don't have to optimize for someone else's comfort. In this state of urban solitude, your brain shifts gears. We're moving from the task-positive network The part that does the chores to the default mode network. The part that dreams, integrates, and heals. This is where your best ideas are born. This is where the wisdom you gathered over the years finally settles into your bones. You're not doing nothing. You're performing a high-speed defragmentation of your soul. Look at that cup of tea or that glass of water in front of you. Notice the silence. It's not empty. It's full of you. Most people don't even know who they are when no one is watching. But you're getting reacquainted with the CEO, the master, the one who's seen it all and still has the fire. This is the ultimate luxury. Not a fancy car or a gold watch. The ability to sit comfortably with your own thoughts without needing an exit strategy. It's biohacking your relationship with yourself. When you master the art of being alone, you become unshakable. Because when you don't need anything from the crowd no longer has power over you.
In the quiet space, I see your face. No more chasing, just your grace.
Stay in solo mode for as long as you need charge your internal batteries until the light turns green. We're not missing out on anything out there. Everything that matters is happening right here, in a VIP lounge of your own mind. Protocol complete, system synchronized. Enjoy the luxury of being you.
Have you ever noticed that the more you consume, the hungrier you get? I'm not talking about calories, I'm talking about that doom scrolling at 1 a.m., the one more episode on Netflix, or the constant need for validation. Your spleen is working overtime trying to digest a buffet of not enoughness. We've become junk food junkies for distraction and our souls are malnourished. Welcome to the Soul Gourmet Protocol. At your age, you've eaten enough to know the difference between a cheap snack and a Michelin star experience. So why are you still feeding your mind with high fructose drama? Today we're changing the menu. We're moving from passive consumption to active satiety. We're hacking your dopamine loops to crave something real. Feed the fire. Taste the light. Savor every single bite. Look back at the life you've built, the wins, the scars, the quiet victories that nobody saw but you. That's the real feast. Why are you looking at someone else's highlight reel when you've got a 60-year vintage of premium wisdom in your cellar? Every wrinkle is a layer of flavor. Every mistake was a necessary ingredient in the soup of who you are today. In the MFS kitchen, we call this centering the earth element. When your spleen and stomach are in sync, you don't need to overeat physically or digitally. You become sovereignly full. Imagine taking a bite of your own resilience. Tastes good, doesn't it? Bittersweet, maybe, but rich. Deep pull hearts, souls, heart every day. A brand new start. Stop apologizing for your hunger. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of life. But don't settle for crumbs when the world tries to feed you fear or insecurity. Just say thanks, but my palate is too refined for that. You've reached a level where you only have room for the highest grade energy. Tonight, let yourself be full of yourself, not in an arrogant way, but in a I am complete way. When you walk into a room feeling full, you don't look for approval. You bring the abundance, you're not the one asking for a seat at the table. You are the table. Rich and deep, promises to keep in the harvest that I reap. Feel that warmth in the center of your body. That's your digestive fire, turning your experiences into gold. No more junk data, no more empty calories of worry. Only the finest, most organic joy from now on. Order up, the feast is ready. Bon appetit to your soul. Order up, the feast is ready. Bon appetit to your soul.
Let's talk about the parts of yourself you've been trying to Photoshop and out of your life. The mistakes, the regrets. I wish I hadn't said that moments. Most people treat their shadow like a system virus, something to be deleted, quarantined, or hidden behind a fancy filter. But here's a biohacking secret. A picture without shadows has no depth. It's flat, it's boring, it's low res.
Welcome to the contrast protocol. At your age, you realize that your scars aren't glitches. They're the source code of your strength in the world of MFS. We don't fight the darkness, we dance with it, we integrate it. Think of your shadow as the night mode of your soul. Is where the real processing and recovery happen. Embrace the dark, find a spark, leave your eternal mark.
Imagine your life is a high-end cinematic masterpiece. If every scene was blasted with bright artificial light, you go blind. You need the shadows to see the highlights. That pain you felt, that was the rendering process for your empathy. That failure, that was a stress test for your resilience. Stop trying to be perfect. Perfection is for robots and beta software. You are a legacy edition human, rich with complexity and MFS. We know that the kidneys hold our deepest fears, but they also hold our primal will. When you stop running from your shadow, you stop leaking energy, you become whole spectrum. You're not just the sun, you're the moon and the stars too.
Look at your reflection, don't just look at the parts you like. Look at the dark data, the grief, the anger, the hidden desires. Invite them to the table, say I see you. You're part of the team. When you integrate your shadow, it stops haunting you and starts serving you. It becomes your silent security detail, giving you an edge, a gravitas, a depth that no bright-eyed beginner could ever understand.
With your years of wisdom, you know that the most beautiful diamonds are formed under intense pressure and total darkness. You are that diamond, your shadow work isn't about becoming better. It's about becoming complete, no more filters, no more hiding. Just high definition, high contrast, authentic power.
The dance is won. Now it's begun. Under the moon, under the sun.
Feel the integration. The light you and the dark, you finally shaking hands, system stabilized. The contrast is perfect. You are now running on the full reality OS.
Protocol complete. Keep dancing in the dark. Protocol complete. Keep dancing in the dark.
Internal CEO inside your head? The one who's been obsessing over the calendar, the stock prices, and the what's next list. It's time to give that guy a paid vacation. For the next few minutes, we're firing the CEO and letting the janitor take over. The one who cleans up the mental clutter while you do absolutely nothing. Welcome to the idling protocol in the high-speed world of biohacking. The most advanced move isn't a faster processor. It's the ability to hit shut down without feeling guilty. At your age, you know that the most powerful engines need the longest cooling periods. We're moving from doing to being. This isn't laziness. It's a system maintenance cycle.
Let it go, let it be. Set your spirit free.
In MFS, we call this wooey non-doing. It's the art of letting the universe do the heavy lifting while you just enjoy the ride. Think about your liver and your gallbladder. They've been processing the heat of your ambitions all day now. They need a cold boot. Imagine your body is a high-end server room, and we're finally turning on the industrial-grade cooling fans. Stop trying to meditate correctly. Stop trying to achieve peace. Those are just more to-do items. Just sit there, be a vegetable, be a rock, be a cloud. Your brain's default mode network is currently doing a deep scan of your entire life's data, organizing your wisdom into beautiful, accessible folders. But it can only do that when you stop using the system.
Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just let it flow and grow.
With the years you've spent building, fixing, and providing, you've earned the right to be unproductive. In fact, being unproductive is the ultimate status symbol. It means you're so successful, you don't have to prove your worth through busyness anymore. You are a legacy edition human in standby mode, and in this mode, your cellular repair is at 200%.
Feel the weight of your body, let gravity do its job.
You don't even have to hold yourself up. The earth has you, the chair has you, the beat has you, You are a biological masterpiece currently under maintenance. No notifications can reach you here. No deadlines can find you. You are invisible to the hustle.
In the pause, in the space, find your resting place.
When the CEO wakes up later, he'll be sharper, faster, and wiser. But for now, just stay in neutral. Let the engine idle feel the luxury of zero effort. Protocol acting system idling, peace restored.
When the CEO wakes up later, he'll be sober, feaster, and wiser.
But for now, just stay in neutral. Let the engine idle feel the luxury of zero effort.
Protocol active system idling, peace restored. Let's talk about number on your ID card. You know, the one the world uses to put you in a box. At your age, they say you should be slowing down. At your age, the system is supposed to be degrading. Well, here's a biohacking reality check. Time is just a data stream and your body is the processor. If you run the old version software, you'll get old version results. But what if we rewrite the code? Welcome to the Ageless Code protocol. We're not fighting time, we're outsmarting it. In MFS we know that the kidneys and the bone marrow hold your gene, your ancestral battery. At your age you aren't running out of time, you're accumulating authority. We're hacking your cellular perception to stop counting years and start counting. Flip the switch, turn the page. We are more than just our age. Look at your cells, they don't have calendars. They don't read the news, they only listen to the signals you send them. If you send them, I'm tired, I'm old, I'm done, they'll act accordingly. That's a self-fulfilling system crash. But if you send them high performance, curiosity, and vitality, your mitochondria start firing like they're in their 20s again. It's called epigenetics and you're the lead developer. Think of your years of wisdom as a massive library of high-resolution data. A 20-year-old is a fast processor with an empty hard drive. You're a supercomputer filled with elite-level algorithms. Your wrinkles are just high-speed data transfer lines. Every scar is a successful patch. You're not a sunset model, you're a legacy edition with more features than the original. Let's run the telomere extension script. Inhale deeply, imagining you're breathing in fresh blue light, pure raw information for your DNA. Exhale the expiration date myth. In MFS we say the heart is the monarch. When the king is joyful, the whole kingdom, your entire body prospers. Age is just a bug in the social software. Today we're installing the ageless patch. You don't need a time machine, you are the time machine. You carry the past in your wisdom and the future in your vision. Stay curious, keep learning, keep laughing until your belly hurts. That's the most powerful biohack ever discovered. Laughter is a high-frequency signal that tells your cells we're still in the game. Eternal flame, no is recalibrated. The clock hasn't stopped, it's just no longer the boss of you. You are timeless, you are vibrant, you are just getting started. Protocol complete, system updated. Time is
Look at the dashboard in front of you. Not the one in your car, the one inside your consciousness. For too long, you let the world touch the dials. You let the news set your anxiety volume. You let toxic people adjust your self-worth frequency. You were a passenger in your own biological vehicle. But that version of the OS just reached its end of life. Welcome to the master of the dial protocol. This is the final integration in MFS. We call this the harmonious flow of the 12 meridians. In the language of the future, we call it total system sovereignty. At your age, you've earned the right to be the chief engineer of your own vibration. You aren't just listening to the music anymore. You are the music.
I hold the light, I lead the way into the gold of a brand new day.
Check your level, spleen, optimized heart, open and radiating kidneys, fearless and grounded. You've successfully installed the firewalls, updated the Ageless Code, and mastered the luxury of solitude. You've hacked the very definition of who you are. You aren't a collection of symptoms or a set of social roles. You are a high-frequency being, a legacy edition masterpiece, running on the most advanced self-love kernel ever written. The city outside is still loud, the chaos hasn't stopped, but the difference is you found the mute button for the nonsense. You know how to tune into the abundance frequency, even in the middle of a drought. You are an urban Zen master. You walk through the crowds, but your internal signal is 5G clear, connected directly to the higher self. You're broadcasting peace to everyone you meet without saying a single word.
We are the wind, work is done, brighter than the morning sun.
With all the years behind you and all the light ahead, remember this, the dial is always in your hand. If the world gets too cold, turn up your internal heater. If the noise gets too much, retreat to your silent sanctuary. You are no longer a victim of the inherent pressure of society. You are the one who creates the climate. This is the end of the album, but it's the version 1.0 of your new life. Carry this frequency like a golden shield. Carry it like a secret code. You are sovereign. You are whole. You are the master of the dial.
The dial is mine.